Yahoo! Good afternoon. Today is Sunday in Sydney. Time now is 7 minutes past 12 p.m. Date is 5th of November 2023. This is the part 2 for the Euro USD. The forecast I gave you, I think that was 2 days ago. If I don't make mistakes, let me go to the YouTube channel. 2 days ago, we announced for the Euro USD, and we say in this video that we are looking 2 times to buy and 1 time for sell, and I explain everything in this. If you like, you can watch this one. Nothing happened yet. Still this is valid, but the only reason I'm actually making part 2 is I want to explain to you about the red news, what happened on Saturday Sydney time, which was Friday, I guess, on USA. So we had big movement. When there is a red news, so there is a movement, and we have to find out exactly what is happening, and before we enter to the trade, we need to check everything like red news and things like that, so we would not get surprised. Before I go to the chart, in the name of who, please pause the video and read this disclaimer. I go to the chart and I explain to you guys. When I announce for the Euro USD in 15 minutes time frame, the price was here, and I mentioned that if the price goes above this red line, then we can sell it to this, and the rest of the things I have said, you can watch it on the first video. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time, but I'm just going to mention something completely different today. As you can see here, let me show you this. What time this happened in this chart was about 15:30. Yep, that was 3:30 in the afternoon. This big movement happening. When you have this kind of the candlestick and big movement, you hit the red news. Before you enter to any trade, if you are really concerning about your account, you have to check if there is any red news close, or if there is a red news, either you do not actually enter to any trade, but if you know how to trade red news, is going to be in your advantage, and then you can actually enter with a profit. So before, for example, when market went up, and if you look into trade any time, first thing you have to do, you have to go to Forex factory, and then you check what's going on at that time. The Forex factory is free site. You can check the red news. Yesterday on 4th of November Sydney time, which was Friday in USA, around 1 a.m. we had red news. So when you had red news, don't enter to the trade unless you know what you're doing. So on that 1 a.m. we had ISM service, ISM, or they call it ISM service, which is PMI service. What is this? Let me explain to you guys about what is this ISM. The ISM service is actually the purchasing manager of the index, PMI. That one is actually economical indicator which measure performance of the health, service sectors and other things in the United States, which is not related to manufacturing. It's just like health, finance, retail, and all of these non-manufacturing sectors, how they perform. At this day, actually, the forecast was 53.0, and the previous one was 53.6. But when become negative, as soon as become negative, which is red, what does it mean? It means that in that market, the data shows the influence of the valuation of the US dollar currency, and that one is impact for the financial instrument, including Forex market, bond, stock, and all of that people actually would not have confidence, and the valuation of the US dollar would weaken. So therefore, in that case, the gold price would go up, when the valuation of the US dollar would go down. When people they lose their confidence about US dollar, what is going to happen? The price of the gold is going to go up. Negative is service PMI could signal the weakness of the economy outlook. That one reduce the economic activity, potentially in decreasing the demand for US dollar. Don't forget, when there is decreasing demand for US dollar, in opposite way the people would go to buy gold. So gold and US dollar, they move opposite each other. I'm gonna share something to you guys. Actually, yesterday I was talking to one of my friends and I was explaining this, and just came to my mind, I might actually say in my recording. Sometimes market makers, they actually play games with this, and you should know, if gold goes up, definitely US dollar has to go down. If you see in any time frame, when you're trading, for example, in 50 minutes time frame or 1 hour or whatever, when you see something like this, Euro USD, when Euro gets stronger and USD going down, so definitely you know that at that time gold has to go up. Gold and US dollar move opposite each other. But if you see sometimes that gold goes up and US dollar goes up, this is big guys playing games, which means that you should understand, never ever gold go up and same time US dollar goes up. You should sell US dollar, not to buy. But sometimes market maker, they want to collect all those pending or stop loss, and they're trying to give people, the trader, this feeling that US dollar is going to go up. It's not going to go up. If gold goes up, US dollar has to go down. I'll show you this. So when we had on the Forex Factory, show you this one first. When we had negative, so it means US dollar is going to be weaker and gold is going to go up. All right. So never ever. If this one was positive, the story was opposite. The US dollar would be stronger because people, they have confidence in those sectors like healthcare and other things that I retail and that I mentioned before. So people would actually demand for the US dollar, therefore US dollar would get stronger. But when it's minus, when it's less, so US dollar would get weaker. I'm not going to repeat again myself, so please understand this. Okay, let me go to the chart. About 3:30 in the afternoon, Saturday, Sydney time, what was 1 a.m. I guess that was on Friday night, USA. Let me double check. What time was it? Yeah, that was 1 a.m. Okay. When this happened, when this news come up, all right, what we should think about this, we should not actually buy US dollar, we should actually sell US dollar. So US dollar, Euro USD, so Euro would get obviously stronger because US dollar get weaker and the price went up. That was 3:30 in the afternoon, Sydney time, Saturday. If we go to the gold, exactly in the same time, gold rise up. So when gold go up, US dollar has to come down. Okay, and as you can see, this one is huge movement. Same time, 15:30, 3:30 in the afternoon was happening. So that is I was going to explain to you guys about red news. So you have to understand red news. Do not trade on the red news. Before you enter to any trade, go to Forex Factory and double check. For example, this is for yesterday. Today we don't have any red news, okay? And then Monday we're gonna have red news for Japan, okay? What time would be 3 p.m., 10 minutes past 3. And then we don't have any red news on Monday except this one. Then we have red news on 7th for the Australia dollar. That is for RBA statement and cash rate. So around this time. And then we have on Wednesday we have New Zealand red news and all of this. And so you can forecast 1 week ahead which day, what time we have red news, and you're not gonna go enter to any trade on those red news unless you know what you're doing, okay? Now we go back to the Euro USD. Same thing I have mentioned to you guys on my first video. Let me show you this. Please watch this one. I explained to you about what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna show you this. So what I was saying before, I said if the price goes above this, if we get a signal to sell like this one around this selling zone, then we can sell it, okay? As you can see, we did not get any arrow as yet to sell it. So we will wait until we get a signal to sell like red arrow around this area. Then we can sell it to this first, and then if the price goes under here, then we can buy it as I have explained to you in the first video. But I'm gonna give you another forecast in case tomorrow, Monday, when Sydney market open. I'm going to show you this. If the price keep going up and up, all right, and we get arrow around this area, so we can have two levels. Let me make those levels for you in front of you here now. So if this price keep continue going up, right, to this area, and we get the signal to sell, this is going to be our TP1, TP2 and TP3. What do I mean by TP1? Taking profit 1, taking profit 2 and taking profit 3. I'm just making this one to show you. And this is going to be taking profit 3. Let me put TP1, taking profit 1 for you. Okay. And TP2, so if we get the arrow here, forget about these two levels. But if price goes up and then we get a signal to sell, this is going to be TP1, TP2 and TP3. And if price keep coming down, then we go into the buying zone. As I have explained to you in the first video, we can buy it. So this is the forecast for Euro USD for Monday, sometimes next week, what's going to happen. Still, this setup is valid unless we do not get a signal to sell. We do not enter to the trade again. Be careful. But if the price goes up and up and up, then the level we're gonna enter, if you get a signal, it would be TP1, TP2 and TP3. Normally if I enter the trade, when you hit the TP1, I get out of the trade with a profit, because 70% of the time market bounce back up again, then eventually come down to those levels. So as I have explained to you guys before, in this part 1, and those levels still is valid. The only thing we need to see is to receive the signal through the software that we have, my partner developed, and if I get the signal, I'm going to make the third part for you guys. If I missed out, then I will show you what happened. Sometimes I am not at the computer, so I miss the signal. Anyway, in the name of who, please pause the video and read this before you go. Look after yourself and your family, as I always say. This one was just explanation for the red news that I haven't actually mentioned before on my videos. If you are interested to learn how to trade, we are not signal company. We give you free signal, free education. This is only education and information side. We do not ask for the email, telephone number, membership. We do not ask nothing from you guys. This is only education, so it's all up to you. You try it on your demo account, learn how to trade. Hopefully if you are getting good, then you can trade with your own risk, with your own money management and rest of the things that you know better than me. So in the name of who, I'm going to close this video. Yahoo! Thanks for watching. Done. Finish.